right, well, we're here at the property. We got a beautiful day today. It's 54 degrees, and I'm going to get to work. A lot of planning has come to this point, and we'll fire up the well, wire everything up. Let's get to it. All right, so first up is the well wire. I made sure to have plenty of wire. All right, so there's a little damage on the cable farther down, right here. So I'm gonna chop this off and work off of that lower piece. That way we can get a good connection. Yeah, I'm glad I cut that off. There was some exposed wiring, looks like on the neutral. So now I gotta cut this back. The easiest way to strip 12-3 wiring, which this is run along the exposed copper, like right up against it the best you can. All right, so now that I have both these prepared, I gotta clean both off with isopropyl alcohol. That way, after I connect them together, that I can roll a heat shrink sleeve over top of them. So I have the shrink wrap now. Slide this over. Shrink wrap is on there. Now I'm going to use these 10-12 gauge watertight heat shrink butt connectors from Harbor Freight to connect these up. Actually worked pretty well. Do it twice just to make sure. Yeah, but that's not pulling off. All right, I'm actually going to go through and just probably do all these real quick. Well, let's try the first one. Well, it'd be easier to do them up here. And these are also shrink sealable too, which basically means that I'm gonna have 2 seals to make sure the connections are reliable. I have exactly 10 of these, which come in a pack, and I need exactly 10 for all the different connections we're gonna make. So, I'm trying to make sure I do it right for each of these. All right, those feel good. There you go. Yep, solid connections. Okay. Alright, I'm back here at night. I'm using my heat gun here. A cobalt, 24-volt heat gun to start the shrinking process. All right, there we are, all shrinked up. Actually worked out really well. Not too bad for some Harbor Freight connectors. But yeah, tomorrow I'll let these cool down, but then tomorrow I'll figure out how to slip this sleeve over there and seal the whole thing off. All right, I put a little bit too small of a sleeve on this one, given the size of the crimp connections, but I was able to stretch it out and get it on top of there. So now I'm going to heat it up so it seals. All right, we'll let that cool down a little bit. And then as a backup, I'm also just gonna wrap in electrical tape. That way we basically have 3 layers of protection. The crimp connectors, the sleeve I just put on, or the shrink sleeve, and then also electrical tape. All right, so we got the well all finished up. Now what we're going to work on is doing the same thing to the 12-2 wiring coming out of the septic for both the septic emergency float / alarm, as well as power to the septic system. That way, once this is all set up, we'll be able to power the well and the septic system from our central temporary utility panel. Since this property was demoed, all these lines got crushed and smashed, so I'm making sure I'm identifying like any nicks in the line and bringing the line back to where I think it looks more like it came from the factory. So just want to show you guys real quick. So off just now down there, right before that, the neutral copper is actually exposed. So whatever hit this went through the sheath and tore open the sheath on the inner neutral wire as well. So that would have been no good. So had to dig down and cut it off there. But the other one's good, close to the surface. So I'll attach one there and one there on the other side. Strange, I'm seeing a lot of corrosion on the copper wiring on the inside. Not just on the ground, but like on the neutral. There's a lot of corrosion. It's kind of strange. All right. I'm gonna wipe these down with alcohol, just like I did with the other ones, to maximize the shrink wrap adherence. Okay. Start the crimping. These crimps are a little big, but what I realized is that you can actually just use like the other crimp settings on these and they'll squash down just fine. just gonna wrap these, and then I'm gonna connect part of this to this so that it'll be strong and not weak. All right, that'll give it a little extra strength. All right, now I need to run out and get a longer generator cord, and I'll be back.